Good morning, El Paso citizens. I'm Raylene Ortega on Sleepy Time Wake Up Call. Today's morning topic might need a breather for some of you as we will be talking about air pollution, specifically in China. Air pollution has become a major issue in China in recent years. As of 2016, only 84 out of 338 prefecture level or higher cities attained the national standard for air quality. Villages such as Tangzhou experience black dust covering the ground and coal piling high by doorways of entrances. The pollutants of the air is so bad that it blocks the sunlight, affecting other renewable resources such as solar energy. I'm here with my mom, Miss Ortega, and I'll be showing her some pictures of what she thinks about the problem with China's air pollution. So here I'm showing you this one image down here, and I wanted to show you what many of the citizens have to do in China due to their bad air quality there. This was taken in the village Tangzhou, and they often have to wear face masks just to do almost like your everyday things, have to do their errands and all. This is what many of the citizens have to do. So you can imagine how bad it is. Even in the background, you see how gray it is. That's not just a cloudy day. That is the air, how it looks over there. Here is a woman and her child. And in the distance, it may look all foggy and misty, but it is not. That is the air. All the bad pollution is surrounding them and their child. And what this does is how, when they're breathing in all these toxins, this can induce asthma attacks in the country, thus weakening their system, their airway system. So it's pretty bad. As you can see, most of these pollutants are caused by coal combustion, as mentioned before. Poor households are the main users of coal, as many can't afford natural gas or electric stoves. I'm here with Ms. Dela Cruz, where we'll be discussing the tragic events of China's air pollution. Ms. Dela Cruz, have you heard any news about China's air pollution before this interview?
I watch a lot of news, so yes, I know a little bit about it. And all I know is that there is a high percentage of early deaths, high percentage of early pollution, and then I also know that it is due to a lot of coal burning with a lot of industrial plants.
And how do you feel about their situation?
I think it is a very sad situation, and I feel that at the end of the day, not only does it affect China, but it also affects the rest of the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Dela Cruz. We will now be talking to John, a junior who just turned 17, with the same topic. Go ahead. Happy birthday, John. I know you care about the environment based on your Instagram posts. What do you think about China's air pollution might mean in the future?
So right now with China's air pollution, I think that it's a huge problem. Now, there were some people talking about how they're trying to they're trying to put some regulations on it, the same way that LA has regulations, and how there's no more smog now compared to the 80s, the 90s, and the 70s. But the thing is that it's still really heavy, and if they continue like this, it'll cause problems for the country itself and the people around it, because there are people in the country right now who have to wear medical masks and pollution masks so that way they don't hurt themselves. And not only that, but there's a lot of illusions, like actual like things that are viewed in the sky as like certain castles, like this thing called the castle, but that's just the pollution interacting with light causing those weird illusions. And so that's a big problem. But if they put in more regulations, if they stopped relying so heavily on factories and very big like factors that cause pollution, like certain cars, factories, and the same problems that we have here.
And And do you have any suggestions that might help with the situation?
Well, unless they fix that with regulations, which is what I think they should do, is input regulations now and start changing what they have, or else that'll be the norm. That'll be the norm, is what's going on in Australia with fires happening all over the country and what's called fire tornadoes. That will happen more frequently, because even though it's just in that one country, it will happen everywhere else because of that. Like, it in turn affects everything around the country as well. So I believe that they should implement more strict regulations on pollution and what should and should not be allowed, in terms of like what companies do or what the government itself does to mass produce things.
Well, there you have it, folks. Now we will move on to our next segment, the Opinion Corner. Well, in my opinion, I believe all these problems are behind the infrastructure of China. As there's no change on support for the lower class, which take up most of the percentage of the country. Once there is change to the economy that can change the ways of their livelihood, then we can move past the coal stones and into the warm stoves. And there has been change. Since 2017, the Chinese government says around 4 million times homes in the country's north have been converted to natural gas, and it's been working. China's raft of clean air policies have saved hundreds of thousands of lives in 2019 alone. And the rapidly decreasing asthma attacks with each progression of clean fuels used. A declination of the fine particle pollution that follows the implementation of new rules on industrial emissions of China's government can lead to a cleaner and sustainer livelihood for all of its inhabitants. Oh, that's it for this news. I'm Raylene Ortega, signing out.